Okay, so these first few seconds are extremely just. You're going to be holding down X, which skips the text. And then this is pretty much just getting through this as quick as possible. First choice selection. Ooh, live pressing no. So the name. So there's nothing really special about this one, except just naming yourself. So since this is going to be a new game plus category, we get to skip about 3 minutes of boring dialogue and head straight into bed to begin the game, which we can see right now after tutorial finishes talking. So that item right there was the wrist protector. It basically allows us to press C or Control to skip the text entirely. One special feature about this game that was not in Toby Fox's previous game is the ability to run. Renders will be using this to basically get around as quick as possible in the most optimal route. One side note though, screen transitions and touching walls pretty much cancels your running speed, so you gotta get it back up. And then coming up here, we're going to meet our good little friend Susie. Susie really doesn't like us, apparently. So right here is their first little example of a recurring character named Lancer. We're gonna see him a lot throughout the run. And pretty much during this little bullet section, it's get us through as fast as possible, try not to get hit. There is a vertical section and a horizontal section. So, and then right here is the beginning of the Dark Palace little area. Here we're going to meet another mysterious character named Rose, who will join us throughout the run. And we are also going to be fighting Lancer. Simple stuff. So to get through Lancer as quick as possible, you need to get 3 perfect hits, which is in that little rectangular box. Also, we want to get Susie dead as soon as possible. What this is going to do is it's going to make a fight later on, King K round, a bit easier. Here Susie is going to leave us, and we are going to meet Rose. Well, get them on our middle side. And this is basically the end of the little Dark Palace section. Coming past the store, we are going to get into the main part of the game. Fun stuff. So one of the big things Runner's going to be utilizing is a method to basically skip over all of these little fights. And some of them are tighter than others. For example, the second one. Coming up here is a little quote-unquote maze. And one of the first fights you can't miss. Also, Minh skipping. Well, Minh missing. Oh wait, never mind. I'm just blind. So for this, just you're going to do the Rousey special act and flirt with them, which finishes the fight quick. Coming up here, on left screen, Susie is going to join the party, but pretend like she has no affiliation. I'm sorry. So with Susie on the party, so here's a little fight with little K-Round. There's 3 little encounters with him. That's the first one. We just hit him. Coming up here now, we have a Lancer fight. Well, Lancer's gonna send enemies more than anything after Susie threatens his life. We were talking about Minh getting the encounter. Well, getting an encounter before that room. So here is coming up to the end of the little field section and into the wonderful area of Checkerboard. Checkerboard's a pretty short area. We just gotta skip one more encounter. So there are 2 rooms here where you don't want to get bonked, or what can happen to Lev will happen. If you hit a wall about 2 times for this room, you're pretty much guaranteed an encounter. Oop. Okay. Minute failing the skip. I don't think they tried to do it. Let's see if they can not get hit here on these little walls. So far, it looks like they can, which lets them get through quicker. So this final little room with the chess pieces, it's also, you don't want to get hit. And then we come into the King K-Round fight, which for some reason, this pretty weird crown falls from the sky. Pretty sure it's the super crown, but can't be so sure. For this fight, you want to basically bow with... For this fight, you just want to bow with using Rousey's little special, and you want to try to get Susie dead for this fight, or you're going to be suffering. Because this will happen. King K-Round will use almond milk. Well, I'm getting pretty unlucky with who King K-Round actually targets. So now we're gonna lose Susie and head on into the next area, which is Forest. Forest has a few more encounter skips. And I get the reference, it's more better for it to be a super ground. That makes more sense to someone who's never played checkers. So here we're going to see a recurring feature of these little these little special puzzles where you pick either a spade or a diamond, a heart, or a clover. And doing these in certain orders will let you progress. Coming up here is another fight. I forgot the name of this one. For this, you want to use the manual 2 times and then spare with Rose. Taking a safety save there. Beautiful. Clover. Thank you. I am bad with names. So that screen right there for the bloxers. It's kind of difficult. You can skip the encounters there, but it is difficult if you don't know what you're doing. I don't know how to explain it properly, but people have their own setups of doing it. And so this room right here, it's hitting a tree that has a switch on it, ironically. Actually, it's not really ironic. Is it? Would you really expect a switch on a tree? So this little death maze, you just want to avoid Lancer. Once you get to the second area, you want to avoid both Lancer and Susie. Looks like men in there failed to skip. So here is the Lancer and Susie little mini boss fight. What you want to do is you want to sing the Susie 2 times, and then you want to pretty much convince Lancer to stop fighting. Doing that will make Lancer not want to fight, therefore finishing the fight off. And then we are going to get Susie to join the party. And Lancer also, but meh, just Lancer. Here we have some very boring text that we cannot skip. Well, we can skip, and some cutscene. Just showing the bond between Lancer and Susie. It's quite a nice bond. Then they're entering the little forest maze. And then coming up here, Lancer's going to abandon the runner because, for some reason. And then the final little chase cutscene begins. Little final chase thing with Chris basically avoiding the guards. Once you get to the end of this little vertical room, you're pretty much done, and the little sequence for the escape begins. So here is another little puzzle that Susie has to solve, apparently. And then now we are basically... So pretty much now is a very boring cutscene. And the second to last little mini boss fight with Lancer. This is a very emotional fight. So if you guys want to have any fun, please give some little crying emotes in chat. So I don't think I mentioned this, but when your soul gets close to the little attacks, your TP charges up, which we might see in the King boss fight, being used to end the fight off of 10 turns. But I'll discuss that more later. And then so here's the end of the little Lancer mini boss fight, and looks like Minon's finally in the escape sequence. Some say these runners are about 2 minutes apart, 2 to 3 minutes apart of each other. So here's a very long elevator cutscene. Okay. So Susie now joins the party for real this time, according to the Japanese text. So doing right there is a little strat to basically avoid that little boss fight. So coming up here, there are a few different rooms where just one person just gives us challenges. Simple as that. And they're all apparently using blocks. The second room is a bit different. Here's HHS Skip. for Head Happy skip. I don't know how to describe it. It's what's the most difficult skip in the game? Japanese is faster because of the text boxes. And looks like one more turn and the head halfie should be gone. There we go. So here's one of the final puzzles. I can name one game where Japanese isn't the fastest text boxes. Coming up here to this is more or less the final area, taking a heal, and we're going to be buying the battle axe for Susie. This will make Susie more and more buff. We're also going to equip the shackles. And here's the final little fight of the game with King K round. Again. For this, we're just going to throw Rouse at him. Makes it quicker. And 3 perfect hits should end off the fight. So coming up here is going to be the King boss fight. Good little safety save at the throne room. So the King fight's one of the easier ones. Well, no, the King fight's the hardest one in the game. It's possible to beat the King in 2 turns. It is extremely difficult, though. And I'm just going to give off a basic explanation. For the first turn, you want to fight with everyone. The second turn, you want... while having the defend... Sorry, while collecting as much TP as you can, second turn, you want to do an act. And then defend for Rosé. Third turn is going to be using Rude Buster and another defense. Fourth turn is fight. Fifth turn is Red Buster. And sixth turn is fight. Seventh and eighth is Red Buster. Ninth is fight, and 10 is Red Buster. Basically, this fight's using Susie's little mechanics to get through as fast as possible. And defending increases TP, if I recall correctly. I think that's the 6th turn right there, if I counted correctly. There is 7. Deltarune is an official alternate universe made by Toby Fox. And should be one or two more turns left on King here. So here is one final little cutscene with the king basically killing off all the characters because that's what you do in games, just kill off everyone important. The full game has not been released yet. It's supposed to be released in 2099. Sorry, 2999. According to his interview, might not. Here's one little final goodbye with Rose. I'm really not going to discuss more about when the game will fully get released yet. But coming up here is pretty much the end game. We're going to sit through a few more cutscenes with Susie, and then we are going to finish the time. Let's go there again someday. And enjoy this Megalovania remix. That's what we get for allowing game modifications. So time's gonna end here when we interact with Bed, and Lev finishes with an official SRL time of 28:20. Let's go ahead and get them in here. And Minh is now finishing off the king. Looks like it was a 15-turn king. Okay, it looks like Lev is not going to join us for an interview. That's okay. So I'm in here, finishing off the game. So, Min here is going to finish with an official SRL time of 31:30. Let's go ahead and prop them in here. Hello.
Yeah.
Good job on your run.
Thanks.
Holy crap, I was hoping to have both people in here for an interview, but okay, that's fine.
Oh well.
Okay, first off, how did you feel throughout the entire run, knowing that you were missing a few of the skips?
So I didn't plan on missing one of those root-in skips right at the start, and then the one before checkerboard I've never been able to get, so I was just figured that I shouldn't go for it. And then I got a little bit hopeful when I got those two pawn skips, but overall I just couldn't really deliver.
Yeah. Looking at the run, you did gain a few seconds over Love for getting both of the pawn skips, with Love getting the first encounter with them.
Yeah, but I think what really killed it was that first K round fight.
Probably.
When Chris died, like right off the bat, that kind of sucked.
That was a bit unfortunate. I didn't see. Did you pull off head happy skip?
I went for it, but I missed it.
Ah.
And yeah, just missed a bunch of crits on King 2 and kind of just killed me.
I've noticed for King that it ended up with the sparing choice at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know what to mention. I was only here last minute. I guess, do you have anything else you want to add on?
Not really, just it was a pretty mediocre run.
Okay. So then, coming up later on Speed Gaming 2 at 9 p.m., we have a link to the Super Metroid randomizer. On Speed Gaming 3, we have a daily race for the Crossroad Key Sanity entrant for a link to the fast randomizer. And then coming up here at exactly 11 p.m., we have a Deltarune Chapter 1 New Game Plus tournament against me and Cookie. Heck. With that, I think I'm gonna close off here. I will sign out now.